All right, I'm out here on the Boise River. Been here many times. I always find gold here, so I'm really sick of getting skunked at these GPAA claims over the last few weeks, so I came to where I knew there was gold. My buddy Brad was supposed to join me, but he got heat stroke yesterday up at another claim, so he's taking the day off. So I'm by myself. It's kind of fun, nice and relaxing. Let's see. Tried setting up my little sluice bed there, or river sluice. It just couldn't get the water flow I wanted to, and I don't really need it to find material here. So I've been up here before during the high water marks when the snow was melting and spring rains and all that stuff, and the water is a good 3 feet higher than it is right now. Right now it's freaking perfect. It's not cold. Water feels really good. Normally I wouldn't walk all the way back and get my phone, but I wanted to show you something here. I went a little bit farther upstream. So I found the deeper I went in that other hole, less gold there was. So I found this giant slab here. It's all running down like a waterfall. And you can see all the heavies and stuff that have settled down there on the bottom. So I took a single scoop out of there and found gold right on top. So I'm going to clean that thing up. So I figured I'd give you a little bit different angle so you can see what I'm working with here. I just took another shovelful, a bit down deeper, and it was loaded. So I'm going to clean this thing out as far as I can. It goes pretty deep, so but I am ecstatic. Good afternoon. This is not my camp spot, but I did find a nice turnoff here to where we got some really nice low water. There's bedrock across the river here, so it's kind of washed out from the sun, but trying to adjust the camera a little bit. So try and get over there, get into some of that bedrock stuff. God, that's really bright. Anyway, hopefully just take a pan and a shovel over there and see what we can find. All right, I waded all the way over there, checked it out. There's lots and lots of exposed bedrock with crevices and stuff in it. So I've been dying to do some crevicing. So I came all the way back across the river to get my crevicing stuff. So I'm excited. Anyway, hopefully it'll show you some color. Finally got to a spot for camping. That last place I stopped where I was doing the crevicing, yeah, interesting. So gold in the crevices with black sand, but no different really as far as size or anything like that from what I usually find here, which is just, flour gold. So I went upstream a little bit to where I saw some more crevices, and ended up in this pocket between, I don't know, bedrock behind a giant rock that went down like 2 feet, nothing but heavies and gravel and stuff. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna dig this up. First pan had about 20 colors or so, and I was just doing quick pans, so who knows. Next pan had about 50 colors. Next pan had about 200 colors, and I just kept going. I just grabbed all the material I could. Downside was I was across the dang river, so I had no bucket, no nothing, so I had to just quick classify it right there and hope I didn't dump my pan on the way back. But it was pretty cool. I'm about 15 minutes upstream from there right now, so I can always go back tomorrow, but really needed to get out of the sun. So anyway, I'm all set up, got my canopy, got my super concentrator going. Tent is over there somewhere. And I'm right on the river, and there's bedrock over there, so fun. Good morning. I got my coffee, got a little morning fire going. It always kind of makes me feel comforted, whatever. When I get up in the morning, just a little bit of warmth. So slept well last night, no bugs, that was nice. Last time I stayed over in this area, downstream a little ways, the mosquitoes are really bad, so they were good today and last night, so sun is just starting to peak up there. It's going to come over that mountainside in a little bit. Down that way, down the road, there are a bunch of tailings piles. I took a couple scoops out last night and found some flakes, so I may go dig around in the tailings a little bit. They look like they've been completely undisturbed for many years, so try to get down to the bottom of the tailings pile a little bit and see what all settled down there. But that's it. Not really sure what the plan is for today. I don't want to get sunburned, so I'm going to have to be careful. So anyway, I'll talk to you in a bit. All right, so sun is still coming up. I decided to run my concentrates here from yesterday, that hole I found. This is honestly the first time I've ever been able to see gold, not only in the concentrator, but just sitting on top of the pan. There's little flakes everywhere. So I'm gonna have to let this dry, get some of the magnetics and stuff out of here before I can pan it out, because there's just way too much black sand. So we'll play with this later after it dries. I wanted to get a real quick shot of this. You can see where the bucket dredges came down, and as they had their boom, or whatever you want to call it, stretched as far as they can coming through there, they dumped tailings anywhere they could. That's right on top of exposed bedrock over there, and they were just looking for a place to dump their tailings. So this whole area is littered with stuff like this. I mean, you could dig through tailings piles for years. So anyway, that's all right. I don't remember where I left off, but I did a full bucket of material out of the tailings. Didn't find but a couple of specks. I found a giant tree over here that has recently fallen over. The branches are still alive. Tree had to been at least 60, 80 years old based on the height. The root structure is completely exposed, so I pulled 2 buckets of material out of there, classified it down. Ended up being about half a bucket of material by the time I got it all classified. Actually didn't find a single flake there, which really, really surprised me. One of the club claims not too far from here, we destroyed one of the trees after it fell over and just took every bit of material out of it and found some of the bigger flakes I've ever found. So I was really kind of surprised. That tree had been here since they probably dredged the property, or dredged the river here. So kind of, you know, just concerning, or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, I appreciate you listening, especially when I'm by myself. This is kind of my sanity, because I go all day without talking to anybody. So anyway, I think I'm gonna have a swim and then have some dinner and a beer or 3, and I think that's about it for the prospecting today. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the scenery, and talk to you soon. All right, so after being basically nothing yesterday, I even went across to that spot that I showed you in the picture. I was across the river on the straight line and did, I don't know, 20 or so test pans in a bunch of different locations, and didn't find much. I didn't really go that far up under the bench, which I could have, but it looked like it was washed out from years and years of erosion and whatnot. So anyway, so I went back to the spot where I was doing the crevicing, where I found that 1/4 gram in that one hole by the time I was all said and done. So that's pretty awesome. So I went back over here. I'm gonna do some more crevicing, dig some holes, see what we can find. Hope you're having a great weekend. Talk to you later. All right, so in comparison to the honey hole that I found yesterday, every place I checked downstream from there basically had nothing. So I ended up going back upstream, back to the actual honey hole from yesterday, and it keeps giving me more and more gold. So I'm just gonna keep digging on it. I'm not even panning it out right now. I'm just throwing it in a bucket. I'm way more prepared than I was yesterday. I actually made 2 trips across the river just to make sure I had everything. So getting it back across shouldn't be too bad. I mean, it's only about knee high. So anyway, I'm gonna keep going as long as I can. Eventually I gotta get back to camp and pack up, because I'm gonna head back into town. So anyway, I will keep you posted.